And I remember the first time I saw this in store, I was with my best friend, and she said, "Ew, Becca, no." And I was like, "But I love it." And I didn't say that out loud. I was like, "Oh, okay." And I went back to the mall later that day without her, and I bought it. And I hid it from her, and I didn't wear it until I literally moved from the suit. Yeah. I hate people, they'll be like, "I love this shirt, let me buy it in 10 different colors." I hate people like that. I do. Are you like that?
I'm a little bit like that when it comes to shoes.
I think shoes is different though. If they're gonna wear like the same shirt 7 days a week, but it's just in different colors, then I'm judging you. So not with everything, but I do tend to hoard pieces that I love that
Me
I just...
too. Like, it's because they're like art pieces. You don't have to wear them.
Yeah. Because my friend, she literally mocked me and she's like, one day, same friend, you're gonna have a room where things are just gonna be, you know, where it's kind of like into the wall and then there's just like a glass casing, kind of like art pieces literally. She's like, that's how your closet's gonna be. Like, you're never gonna wear them. And I was like, yeah.
I love that.
I know, right?
You can't really always follow what's popular. Popular is the word I hate so much. We want to get popular, but really, it's at the same time, I hate that word.
Yeah.
Because it just means mediocre to me.
Yeah. I also hate conforming and having what everyone else has. I hate that. If I ever, say like I bought something, I fell in love with it, and I were to go to school or wherever, and I saw someone else had it, I immediately want to set it on fire and throw it in the garbage. I'm like, no. Like, I need to have what's mine. I hate sharing and seeing, like, it mortifies me. Yeah. I've definitely had friends where they want to know exactly where you bought it, how much was it, is it still in stock, like, I'm gonna go get it after school today, and it's like, no.
Not telling you.
Yeah.
An idea we want to go up against and challenge is, no matter what's your profession, you have your uniform, you also have who you are. Mm-hmm. You should still dress fabulously, you know, when you're off, course, off the uniform.
Yeah.
And what are the things you think that people don't really look at, or is that they get lazy, or is more they didn't have enough training to start with?
I don't think it's that. I think it's just they fall into this like loop of a schedule, whether it's Monday to Friday or I don't know, certain days of the week, that they just it's like their work grind that they know they're gonna go in. This is what I'm putting on. Come home, I'm tired. I'm just gonna put something that I'm comfortable in. And maybe if they do get the invite, like girls' night, like, oh, hey, let's all go out, they still might say, you know what, like I'm tired. They just, I don't know, they lose who they are, I think, because I think style is who you are, should be who you are, not copying other people. Yes. But I think they just not lose sight of it. Maybe they still do want it, but they get lazy. They're not motivated. Maybe they're not inspired. Maybe they don't have the time to invest in how their style has changed and what they do and don't like anymore, and they just.
So 2 tips, right? 1, love yourself. Always love yourself. Second tip. Shaquille said it. I don't have time to go shopping. And what I said, if you really care, you always will find time to go shopping. And I will do another tutorial, just here's a hands up. It's called Going Online Shopping with Polaris, which means even if you can't leave your house, online shopping is a tool. Then you can put it in your back pocket. You can go back to, and you don't even have to spend a penny, but you can still get better with your styles, period. And that's why we brought some styles. And those are the things probably I just say I love and I see them on you, but I probably would not put in my own closet. That's how we appreciate, right? So do you want to give us some of the stories?
Okay. So this is my favorite skirt to date that I've ever owned. I got this from H&M. It's probably 15 or 20 bucks. And I remember the first time I saw this in store, I was with my best friend. And she said, "Ew, Becca, no." And I was like, "But I love it." And I didn't say that out loud. I was like, "Oh, okay." And I went back to the mall later that day without her, and I bought it. And I hid it from her, and I didn't wear it until I literally moved from the suit. And as soon as I was back in Toronto, I whipped it out, and it's my favorite. It keeps me so warm. I'm pretty sure it's polyester, so it does keep, like, retain the heat. But I love it. Like, I love that it's thicker, it's really wide. Because it's kind of heavier, it'll just like sit on its own. Like I don't have to worry about it like kind of blowing everywhere. But this is like really who I am. And it's not that I do usually wear dark colors, black, but I do like the pop of color. And pink's not my favorite color, but I really love it.
The shade.
And it's so soft. It's really soft. So yeah, that's
So this is H&M. I didn't say don't shop at H&M, but
they also had this in like a Kelly green, which I was gonna also buy.
6 years back. Just mind it.
I was gonna buy, and then I'm like, no, I already have one. Because I don't like having the same, like, I hate people, they'll be like, I love this shirt, let me buy it in 10 different colors. I hate people like that. I do. Are you like that?
I'm a little bit like that when it comes to shoes.
I think shoes is different though. If they're gonna wear like the same shirt 7 days a week, but it's just in different colors, then I'm judging you.
So do peers affect your decision making when you're picking what to wear?
Which peer?
Like your friends or your
Peers.
peers?
Oh, your
like
peers.
that?
Oh.
Well, like I said, at the moment,
Not me.
I wasn't gonna admit to, I was just like, oh, okay. But I went back and I bought it because that's who I am.
But you didn't wear it in front of her.
No. Because I knew the whole time in the car would just be like, or she'd be like, I'm not leaving the house with you. Because that's who she is. That it's like, I have to wear something like also like appealing to her, even though like, yeah. But that's just who you are.
You're being a very good friend. I'm more like, if I'm wearing this, I don't care what you say. Even my husband can't stop me.
Yeah.
I'm leaving the house, I'm leaving the house. And a lot of times I think that's also the thing. If your friend doesn't have the same kind of aesthetic as you, right? There are two different kind of friends. I'm more, I see this in you, I would buy it. Don't leave this out. You're gonna regret it.
Yeah.
And there's other kind of friend is like, if I don't like it myself, I don't think you should have it. Don't ever listen to those people.
Yeah.
Because you pick it up. That's why another thing I do, you probably do these days as well. When I go shopping, majority of the times I go alone. I'm also a professional shopper.
I never go alone. I can't stand. Because with being with friends, it's always like maybe you're being like rushed. I'm the kind of person, if it's like a big enough store, I can spend like hours in there. I will look through like every single piece on every rack because I'm someone who like, if I'm buying something, I love every aspect of it. 100%. If it's within like 90%, I'm like, no. And I'll put it down. If I hesitate at all, I'm putting it down and not buying it. So that's why for me it's really important that like I go alone and I'm not going to have anyone say, don't buy that, because I'll just go back and buy it.
No matter who I go with, pretty much none of my friends dare to challenge me. Like, I'm wrong anyway, because the expertise. But one thing why I don't go to shopping with other people is because I'm really quick. I'm not like you, you will look at it, consider. I'm very more, I look at the rack, I know exactly what are the two pieces I'm going to draw. The rest of them, they don't make sense to me, or they will not draw me. So whenever I do go shopping, I can spend the entire day, but I can finish the entire Eaton Center. And a lot of people just don't follow my speed. And when I go with other people, it's the opposite. I spend time with them to only buy the stuff they like. Chances are I might pick one or two things because they called up on me. But most of the times I go there because they wanted my opinion. I dedicated my entire time to them. It's more like a consultant kind of role. And if you want it, we will go shopping, Shaquille, but not Banana Republic. Not Banana Republic. We'll try something more fun.
Okay.
And next piece. I'm so excited about this one.
The blazer?
Yeah.
So, can I put it up?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, cool. This blazer I got in Michigan. And I got this for all of probably $2-3 US. When I lived in the Soo, because it bordered with Michigan, it was so easy to always just cross the border, and we would go to all the, not vintage stores, but like Salvation Army, Goodwill, all that stuff. And they have like these amazing pieces that like no one ever buys, and they're in Michigan, and like they also have what's called Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. They're very simple people, like no one really cares. So when you go in and I find like all these amazing finds, I'm just like, yes. Yeah.
This is $2?
Yeah, $2-3 American. Yeah, because they'll have deals where they'll be like, okay, things with like the blue tags, if you find like 5, it's for $5. So it like works out to like nothing.
I love vintage shopping. I just did another shopping yesterday. I'll show the pieces next time. I'm giving away a lot of future content, and that's not very good. And you said we don't know how to work this.
For a while, yeah. Like I actually have not worn this out in public yet. But I'm also kind of like that where like if I buy pieces that I really love, it's kind of just like I like to open my closet and like look at them, cherish them, and then close the closet doors. Sometimes though, not with everything, but I do tend to hoard pieces that I love that
Me
I
too.
just
Like it's because they're like art pieces. You don't
Yeah.
have to wear them.
yeah.
Being
Because my friend, she literally mocked me, and she's like, one
Same
day,
friend?
same friend, you're gonna have a room where things are just gonna be, where it's kind of like into the wall, and then there's just like a glass casing, kind of like art pieces, literally. She's like, that's how your closet's gonna be. Like, you're never gonna wear them. And I was like, yeah.
I love that.
I know, right?
I imagined my house like that. One time I wanted to have a display of clothing in glasses when we went house hunting because there is a glass window around the house. Then we just put it there. The house didn't end up looking as great, but I imagined how to have a dress from the first floor all the way lined up to the third floor. That's like my imaginary. It's actually really beautiful. It's just imagining it. And for this one, if I can, I would say if you wanted to wear it out, little things you can change would be the accessories. For example, the button. Like this is nice, but it's very 80s button. And maybe invest another $5 into some really good button, and this will look like something you will see in Saint Laurent. So there are ways you can work around it. But I say this one, it's perfect for you.
Cool.
And I love the fabric. It's so pretty.
But yeah, like I haven't worn it out, and it's not that I don't love it. Like I do. I don't know. Sometimes there's also like I picture myself in like a specific event where I would wear it. So until something like that arises, I'm like, oh, just
You're saving up for it.
Yeah, saving it. Yeah.
It's only shine the first time.
So this jacket, I just got it recently actually, and it is from Urban Outfitters. And I was looking for a while for a teddy jacket, and as you might say, it is like trendy, or it's on trend now. I've actually had a sweater, like the same thing, kind of the teddy material, back when I was in high school.
Me
so
too.
I loved it way before everyone else did. So I call BS on the trend alert thing. But yeah, and I love this burnt orange. Not something I probably would have gone for a couple years back. Now I find with myself I like investing in pieces that are like more like one of a kind and something that's like a color that stands out.
Yes.
And I love for fall, and it's like a bit thicker. You can layer underneath. And it actually fits me because sometimes when I'm taller, the jackets here have like no space, and I'm just like, like I can never. It's like you can only like walk like that. So I like that this actually fits me.
I absolutely love this one. And orange, this tone of orange. I like what you just said before. BS, the trend alert.
Yeah. Except before, I called it a lamb sweater because that's what it reminded me of. Now it's called a teddy jacket. But no, I loved it because I just loved that the texture was different and it's warm. It's like it's fuzzy. It's like cozy. And now it's coming back, and I'm like, okay. Yeah.
But I still don't think many people will wear this color. It's probably gonna go on sale.
Funny enough, it came in the like lighter beige, like kind of like a camel color. That was like sold out immediately, and then it also came in a light blue.
I want a blue one.
Yeah, a light blue. So that to me was a bit. I don't know. I'm not usually drawn to blues. Even though like I'm blonde now, kind of like I don't know. I find it's a color that I don't know, most blondes wear.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I wasn't quite as attracted to it, especially for fall. I was like, I love like this. It's like really.
It's like it speaks to you.
Yes.
For me,
it said buy me.
Yeah, for me, it's like blue has always been my color, but this season, I'm in particular drawn to the light baby blue pastel with a little tint of gray. I've been looking at bags nonstop for those. And that is the color people not looking at. I think that's why I say BS, the trend alert. It's whatever people are overlooking, you always know you're going to stand out or that's who you are. Yeah. And when you had enough fun with it, that's when people start following it. And Merendi was an artist from the US, and he does all those like washed colors, like dark washed grayish, purple, dusty red. It's so popular now. And I look at the bags I purchased 8 years back, they're all Merendi colors. I still have them, thank God, but the thing is, you can't really always follow what's popular. Popular is the word I hate so much. We want to get popular, but really, it's at the same time, I hate that word. Yeah. Because it just means mediocre to me.
Yeah. I also hate conforming and having what everyone else has. I hate that. If I ever, so like I bought something, I fell in love with it, and I were to go to school or wherever, and I saw someone else had it, I immediately want to set it on fire and throw it in the garbage. I'm like, no, like I need to have what's mine. I hate sharing and seeing, like, it mortifies me. Yeah.
Is this more of a I don't know, like a female fashion than a male fashion? Because like males, when they go like in an event, everyone's wearing black suit, let's say, right?
No, it's but who are you wearing? Giorgio Armani, Canelli, Daniel.
I think what you mean is, like, with guys, if you say you were to notice that you're wearing the same thing, you'd be like, oh hey man, you like high five.
Yeah.
For I think maybe females, it's more of like ew, and like it's like you're changing, I'm not changing. Whereas for me, I would just be like, no, I'll go change. Like I don't want to be seen wearing the same.
Why is that?
I don't know. For me particularly, I like what I like. So for me to see someone else wearing it, I'm like, there's no way someone else has the same thing as me, and then I just like I cringe. I literally cringe, and I just.
It's not for all females. I want to jump in. It's not for all females. We are not the stereotype. And last week, Dorsey has said it many times. We are not the stereotypes, because the stereotype women, they want to follow trends. Oh, you got that? Oh, that's so popular. I should get one too as well. That's
I hate
really.
that.
Me too. It's like, don't you dare wear the same lipstick as me.
Yeah. It's almost like if someone were to compliment me and then ask where I got it, I'm almost tempted to lie because I don't want them to buy the same thing as me. Or like hope that it's sold out for whatever reason.
Yeah, and then sometimes people think you are not telling the truth. I remember I got caught by a lady on the street. I got caught a lot of times, but this time she was very particular. She didn't say it's good. She's like, where did you get that jacket? She was very specific. And literally that was one of a kind my mom got me, and she mailed it from China. It was huge fur, like green, deep, pine green, like all around my like hoodie. It's like this big of the fur. And I was like, my mom got it. I don't know where she got it. That's the time I actually told the truth, but she got so mad at me.
Really?
I
But
never
you
thought.
didn't tell her, like.
Yeah, I never thought that was because most of my stuff are one of a kind. I shop a lot of vintage, or I do a lot of my own design.
Right.
Like most of the things I say I don't do mass production or marketing is because I design for that particular fabric. And those fabric are once upon a time special editions mostly. I can't replicate my design for someone else because I can't get the fabric anymore.
Yeah.
But that time I never thought she was mad with me because she thought I was lying. I just thought she was mad because maybe I didn't know. But now you brought it up, maybe she thought I was lying.
Yeah. I've definitely had friends where they want to know exactly where you bought it, how much was it, is it still in stock, like I'm gonna go get it after school today, and it's like, no.
Not telling you.
You can use that excuse. My mom got it from me, and I don't know where she got it from. There you go.
And the other times I would say I got caught on the street a couple times. I do tell people where they can get it, but it doesn't. They don't always drawn to the store when they go there because they can't pick the particular piece. Some of the store I go to are like dumps, and some of them are like super luxury. So I drop both places, and people, if you go to the dumps, you really can't see stuff. When you go to the super luxury things, you feel like everything should be expensive. So people don't really know how to pick. That's truth. In general, I think we are not the stereotype. I hate it. I watch it. I watch the shows, and they say, "Oh, this color is so in for the season," because I want to know their inventory. But then when they say, "Oh, this is a must-have item," I'm always skeptical. There's no must-have item for the season. There's a must-have item for you, only for you, because that's what you're drawn to, even though you have to hide it from your friend.
But you did say that 2 years ago you wanted to get a jacket like that. A couple of years ago, right?
I did want an actual, like now that it's trendy and stuff, they've come out with new colors and everything. So I was actually like looking for one for a while until I found like that.
It's more that if we wanted something that it's not in the market. That's how I got into
But how do you know, like, where does that inspiration come from?
I don't know. It's like you see a painting, like I want a jacket in that color.
I think the word of the day definitely resonates. it just clicks, like it's like when you actually know, like physics wise, there's something that's like how, say we're all different frequencies, and then you're in a store, you're looking at everything, and then the moment something is the same frequency as you, that's when you go to like pick it up and you feel it and you're like, whoa, I really love this. You may not even care about the price, you're just like, I want this is me, and you buy it.
And sometimes it's more the group that are into popularity really helped, because you see the things that they are doing, then you start asking, as a rebel like me, what are they not doing? What are the things I can do that is different from this? That's also a question I ask all the time. If everybody's wearing red lipstick, I'm going pink or nude.
Yeah.
If everybody's wearing nude lipstick, you will see me in red lipstick.
Mm.
It's always going against what you see. And one rule I have is if you see the same style more than 3 times, I'll give you a buffer. 7 times, don't do it. If you see the same bag on the subway more than 7 times, don't buy it. If you see the pair of shoes more than 7 times on the subway, don't buy it. Period.
If you see it 6 times, you can still buy it. As long as it's just
Kind of
that's
cool.
when it costs you 7.
It's gonna be like the moment you buy it, you're leaving the store and you'll see the 7th person. Like,
Yes.
go over.
7 is more like a feeling. It's, oh, I've just seen this. And you look at another group of people sitting right next to you.
For me, I think it's like, it's not so much, like, for example, right now that's really popular. You'll see everyone with just like the like flat style, that it's like the black and white checkered of Vans. Like, everyone has them.
That was back 5 years. That was something that they introduced 5 years back, was not popular.
And it came out. But for me, it's like, if, the reason why I would maybe, because I own like 2 pairs of Vans, 3. Why I like them is maybe for like comfort, maybe it's style or like actual function. But I'm picking then the styles though that I like. It's not just that like, okay, Vans is really popular right now, it's a brand, but if I'm buying it, it's because I actually genuinely like something. It's not because everyone has it. So like I said, like with this, how I had that sweater like years ago. So now that it just happens to be on trend, it's like okay, but I just have more versatile and like the color and stuff that I want. But I'm picking it because I generally actually like the product, which is hard sometimes because it just feels like you're conforming, and then I hate that. Like I said, if someone has the exact same thing as me, I'm mad because I generally like this, and like all of it. So it's hard. But for the Vans, yeah, in particular, I see everyone like now like actually has them. Like all my friends do them. I'm like, when did you own? Since when did you own this? I'm like, I'm pretty sure you just bought this just because everyone has it, right? It's like what you just conform to, the style to conform to. Whereas for me, I do have Vans, but they're completely different styles or like colors, and I'm fine with that because that's me in Vans, but it's my style though. So